Yummy. Eating a lint ball. I must say, lint is probably my favorite chocolate. Very decadent, very yummy, and also very relevant to a Starcraft Broodwar game, which is what we are watching here today. We're on Neo Silphid, and we have Barcode, who is playing against Barcode. I honestly don't give too much of a crap as to who the two players are. They're probably Korean pros, considering this is very high S rank replayers. And we have a PVZ. I'm actually kind of glad to do a PVZ. I have not done one today. I've just done a whole bunch of PVTs in my slow, steady, and somewhat hesitant return to Broodwar casting. And the question that I'm asking in the first 20 or so games that I get back, did I just see a 9 pool? That wasn't the question I was going to ask. A 9 pool gas? Wow. Oh, it's just an extract. Okay. Because a 9 pool gas is very unusual. But yeah, we want to get the pool out early, so we're going to be putting some pressure on. This is a gateway, so it's going to be some shenanigans early doors here. So the question I'm asking everybody is, what is the void in the YouTube Broodwar casting space? Definitely not ASL coverage. It's definitely not showcasing players like Flash and what they're doing. It's definitely not showing other competitions like KCM and League and stuff like that. So what is it? That's what I want to know. Is there anything specifically using the power of Seawall where you can showcase different ranks, different maps, different game lengths, different match types? What should we be looking at that can be different but yet still enjoyable? Look, I don't mind doing the pro games, I really don't. And if that's literally all people are interested in, then, you know, so be it. But I would just be curious to know your thoughts on it. Alright, so we drop in a hatch after we have made 6 slings. We're going to chase this probe down. This must be speedlings already, yeah? Did he get speed right away? No, he can't have because he doesn't have any gas. I'm just crazy. Okay. Definitely slow links. My bad, my bad. We made a forge. We can. Most people are like, ah, you made a forge before Nexus. What is happening? When your opponent goes 9 pull, especially on Neo Silphid, make the damn forge. Breaks through anyway, so the bloody probe that was supposed to hold the wall did jack shit. And here we are in the house, man, getting us some getting us a probe kill. The health bar on these lings, really a nuisance. There's some other things happening out here on the map. There's a probe, there's a zealot, there's 2 zealots going, so he's counter-attacking. Multitasking here between these players, it's kind of crazy. These zealots are going to do okay here, I think. Seems to be hitting his probe still. Hasn't made a nexus, it's just sort of calming down. I think he wants to make one now. And yeah, he's still got 2 pretty healthy zealots in the base here. Lots of APM. 450 APM, microing all these fights. Gonna get himself a drone kill. Very handy. Got another zealot here. This was on attack command. I don't see any reason to attack this hatch. He needs to be microing the zealot. That's a little bit of a mistake. Meanwhile, he has successfully gotten rid of these probes. Turned down his nexus. And these guys are just kind of chilling here now. This is our spot. This is our encampment. And our Zerg, for all of his pressure, has got 8 drones. And some lings that will not scale. Cannon coming up soon. He walls in here with the zealot. Got the cannon. He is going to be golden. Popping here as well. Happy days. Even shoots the overlord in the face a couple of times. So I think he's overmade lings. Oh my god! Remember that zealot that I said mustn't be attacking the hatchery? They just kind of just parked him over here. Sneaky, sneaky. What do we have here? Oh, just the overlord flying in. Okay. Fun start to the game. Barcode versus barcode near Selford. Not a map we see very often. As I've said a couple of times, I'm just moving through some older replays from 2023 while getting back into it and figuring out what to do, and then I'll download a pack of replays from 2025 with all the new maps, and that'll be what we get stuck into for phase 2. But for now, this is what we're doing. Stargate. So it looks like Protoss is just progressing with a normal build. The panel is definitely useful, I think, in the first sort of 6-7 minutes of the game. I did ask this in another game that I made recently. Like Artosis passed with the panel the entire time. People like CNSC and Falcon, they take this panel away and they only include it for certain moments. I think that it's useful to have this panel up for first 7 or 8 minutes, and when you get into late game and it's just fights, and you don't really need to see the health bars or single units, and it's not micro intensive, it's just a lot of big macro fights, you know, then it's probably not as necessary or as useful. So let me know if you agree, or if you want to see the use of this panel any differently. Happy to take those thoughts and suggestions on board. This is a pretty good drill, actually. Yeah, that was pretty good. I don't think you got much value for this, Zealot. Probably not the best trade. So third base up and running. Pretty early robo, yeah? Is he gonna go with Reavers? He sure is. Wow, you don't see this very often. So this, we are stumbling across definitely a fun game, for sure. First Corsairs here. How does he have a zealot? That's the same goddamn zealot from before. Good old Bob. Okay, well, that's fun. Corsair flies in. Sees no overlord here, which would tempt me if I had the tech tree available to send a DT, but of course he's not going with the Templar tech tree, going with the Reaver tech tree, and he has a sense now that some Hydras are inbound, and he would be correct. So making some cannons to protect them, so here they come. Now we'll get rid of the panel so we can get some better vision. It's pylon as well, just powering these two cannons in case any pylons get killed. Yep. Range for the Hydras is coming in. Speed shuttle is on the way. I don't know why he's getting plasma shields. That does seem a bit random, but okay. Yeah. I want to track the flights of this Reaver. Making some gateways. Dropping a pilot. Oh, that was pretty clever actually, just dropping a probe out. Now it is again, once again, becoming useful. The panel up. Not a lot of Hydras. Here we go. Reaver arrives, drops in. This guy's gonna dead, I think. Oh, he does get a couple of drones for his trouble. Oh. It's another couple. Oh! Owie! This has proved to be very profitable. Oh my word! Oh! That was very, very explosive. I think he got some very good profit there for sure. Another Reaver has come out. And establishing a third behind the sub 10 minutes, I think that's going to be very advantageous for the Protoss. For sure. Overlord is not long for this world. A 4-gate Reaver. A couple of forges being made here. Going up to triple forge. Wow. That is big dedication to upgrades. Drop the Zealot here. This is a pretty snug little base now. Speed coming in for the shuttle. Looks like he's going to do some more harassment. Drops the Reaver again. This time the Scarab will dead. Yeah. Frustrating, but that is this wonderful game that is Brood War. Oh, not bad. He's run away again with the shuttle. Lots of APM. Very, very skillful players on display here. No doubt about that. Transfer of the workers. This is a gas base, which I think is very, very useful, whereas this one is also gas base. I think this is less mineral patches. Discovers this base now with a Reaver there to protect it. That's going to be pretty tough to break. And Protoss is pretty far ahead here because 3 bases versus 3 bases, which is a huge advantage for Protoss in this specific matchup. And certainly made the Reaver work for him, I must say. Impressive stuff. So what do we have in our production tab? We're progressing with Templars, we're making probes, we're making Corsairs, we're getting Zealot legs, we're doing heaps of upgrades. Spending our money. Some mutas have arrived, but oh, could have spotted the shuttle there, but decides not to go for it. Has 1 Corsair, 2 Corsair, 3 Corsair, and some Scourge coming in here. Decides to leave. Shuttle's just chilling here in the 3rd base. There's only 4 meters anyway at this stage. Alright, so now we've got some Hydras converging with some Lings and a whole hunting party. The supplies are pretty close in this game, but I think it's because of the amount of upgrades and sheer investment that Protoss has made in tech so far. This could be a juicy attack here, let's see. Could be. That's so crazy. Oh, I don't know how how attractive it is to try and break bases with Reavers there protecting. So we're going up to 4 bases of Zerg, which is very necessary considering Protoss has quite effortlessly and successfully established its 3rd one. If Protoss gets 1 more base up and running, I think it's going to be tickets for our Zerg. We will see. It's going to be difficult to get that base. I think this would probably be the one that Protoss goes for, or this one. Perhaps this one is easier to defend because you've already got this position. And you get the gas as well. We'll see what the Protoss chooses to do. ET's just checking for where the bases are. I like this vision of the Zerg. You can see all these little placements here. One here, drone here as well. Very, very good. Very, very good. Map vision, something that people at lower levels underestimate the difficulty to get and the significance of having it. This is just, from the Zerg's perspective, just cutting the map in half and containing the vision. And of course, Protoss is countering it by swiping these Lings where you can find them. Walks past these 2 though. Probably end up killing this one here. Nope, nope. There's his mind. Alright, so we're sending out some speed zealots. Another one of the spotter Lings has been killed, but he's also an early warning system. So 2-1-1, he's really prioritized plasma. Somebody in the comments needs to tell me the significance of plasma shields as a priority upgrade above the standard +1 attack and defense, please, if you know. I don't understand that. Oof, this is lots of Zerg coming in here, so we'll get us a nice wide angle of this. This is heaps of Hydras. Good gracious me. I don't even think I've seen Lurker aspect being researched yet. It's literally just Hydra Muta. A bit of Ling. You've got a Reaver and some Zealots on the high ground here. It's still going to be a pretty difficult spot to break. So, we have decided that this is the spot to try and take a 4th. I did very boldly say that if Protoss gets his 4th base up uncontested, it's going to be hard time for Zerg. Zerg has countered by taking a 5th, 6th base. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5th base. 1. Yeah, so 5 on 4 is probably okay, but I think over time it's not going to scale that well. So it generally needs to be up 2 bases. Protoss. Because as the Protoss units get stronger and get all their upgrades, it's doable, but if you want to be comfortable as Zerg, you want to be up 2 bases. For sure. Not a lot of fights in this match, just like plenty of posturing, but no fights per se. Oh wow, he's made himself quite a heap of Corsairs, hasn't he? He'll be able to fight these mutas without a problem. I think the muta and the Corsair died there at the same time. That was pretty beautiful. Moving around a lot, but not doing a whole heap. It's just the central part of the Silphid where the whole game is usually played. It's right here, this block on my mini-map, where all the action happens. Corsairs are having fun, and we're doing some drops. Going straight into the main by the looks of things. Some storms? I don't think the storm's mad. He's got the Templars. Oh, there we go. There's some storms. Considering the number of Corsairs he has, you would have thought that Dark Templar would have been a handy addition to that drop. I think a pretty profitable exchange for Protoss overall. Has also sent some zealots here to knock down the space. And I think that gives him ascendancy. He's also attacking his own pylon. And I think the reason for that is he can't make a nexus here. He's got his building placement slightly wrong there. So now he will make a nexus. Oh, some lurkers are now in the game. Oh, that's a lot of Zerg moving across the map. So this newly established base is base number 5. If Protoss successfully keeps this up, especially considering they've knocked this base of the Zerg down, I think it's pretty much game over for the Zerg. Here comes a nice big juicy fight. Decent storm there, a couple of Reavers in. Zerg thinks better of taking the fight at this stage. Only 44 drones, so Zerg's got quite a lot of army value. A couple of Straylings get caught. Protoss is actually moving their army out here to try and go squarely into the... Ah, okay. So another new base of the Zerg. Seems to want to knock this down. No real response from our Zerg as of yet, so this hatch is history. Very quickly knocked down. That was not long at all. Oh, okay, this is a flank. This is going to be a flank. Oh my god, look at this flank. Look at this fight. This is absolute craziness. All angles, all sides, all units, overlords galore. I don't know what happened to his I don't know what happened to his DTs. Jesus, what a fight this is. I think it's over for our Zerg. He really needed to clean the Protoss army in this fight, and he did not manage to do so. Protoss managed to keep 2 Reavers on the field, a handful of goons left over. Put some reinforcing units. Where the hell? Oh, where's the rest of his army? Gotta be here somewhere. 146 on the field, 64 probes. Where's all your units, man? Couple of Reavers in the shuttle. Couple of reinforcing Dragoons over here. Ah, got a whole bunch of Reavers over here as well. This Reavers versus Zerg, I'm really wondering if this is a thing. Definitely going to name this game Reavers versus Zerg. That's been the main takeaway for me today, and I've really enjoyed it. We need to consolidate our unit, our forces. Protoss is comfortable here, I reckon. Just space count alone. People think Starcraft is so very complicated. In reality, it isn't. You have more mining bases, or as many mining bases as Zerg in Protoss. The units are designed such that Protoss will just outscale and win pretty much 100% of the time. Just how it works. It's as simple as that. Especially at a high level where the other skills like fighting and mechanics and micro are all pretty evenly matched. It just comes down to the macro, securing, retaining, defending your bases. Another base coming up for Protoss, number 6. We're going to do some dropper lords this time. So we've been casting for one weekend, and it's so funny how quickly your caster sense comes back. Like the first games I was casting, I was just missing absolutely everything. I'm not saying that I'm like getting absolutely everything. I'm sure I'm still missing things, but sharpness does definitely come back. He picked up all these units to drop them where? I'm confused. What was the purpose of this? Protoss army's on the move. We are fully maxed out, so it kind of makes sense. The Zerg army's on the move as well. Nobody seems to be running into each other. They all seem to be running past each other. So here. There's some units in these overlords. Doesn't have an observer with him. That was fun. Let's finally bring the observer in, so we'll clear this decker away, and this hatch will go down yet again. This game could have a pretty tame ending. I think it's just one of those scenarios now where Zerg's gonna go, Protoss has too many bases, I can't break them. In order to win this game, I need to break them, and I just can't. Simple as that. I don't think it's gonna have a glorious end to the fights. But there have been some pretty cool fights, pretty cool drops. Fun game in general. A number of dead scarabs, man. Imagine if scarabs didn't die in this game. Like, Reavers would just be turbo OP. Protoss really does play quick. The drops are coming in here, so he's doing a little bit of a last hurrah. Has got some Corsairs to try and counter, but there's no Reavers or anything here, so this base will probably go down. But honestly, it really doesn't matter. Protoss is losing, Zerg is losing his main, he's losing all his tech, fire, Hydra Den, spawning pool, everything. So it's not really a base trade in so many words. 180 plays 89. Trying to knock down as many bases as he can. Also, this drop here is to knock down not just the main, but his other mining base, and more significantly, about 4 hatcheries. I don't know what he was storming there, not really much to storm. So sure, he does get a base, but he realizes too much damage. Pretty clinical game there from Protoss. I must say, I really enjoyed that. And Reaver play in PVZ. Definitely something to be said for that. I very much enjoy that as well. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. Sorry I don't always have the player name. Sometimes it doesn't matter. I'm just showcasing some good StarCraft and having some fun. Hope you guys did too. I'll see you soon.